Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw. It's time for Full Gear 2020 AEW's. What would this be considered like compared to WWE pay-per-views? They only do
does it need an analogy? Can it just be its own thing, man?
No, man, everything has to be analogous.
No, it doesn't.
Here.
It doesn't.
All right, well, you know what, everything.
Its own thing. Full Gear is AEW's Full Gear. That's what it is.
All right, well, you know
Be happy with that. Be happy we have AEW to begin with. It's great.
You know what I'm happy about? We're doing our live reactions on the YouTube this weekend at youtube.com/Steven Larson. So join us for that. And then right afterwards, we're going to go over to the Twitch at twitch.tv/Steven Larson. We're going to talk about it then. The Enforcer's going to be joining us for the live reactions, and then he ditches us for the recap. Anyways.
Yes. Before we get into this, explain confidence points real quick. This is how it goes. There's 9 matches on the card at Full Gear, announced as of, what is today, Thursday, about 1:30. So the match you're most confident in, you give 9 points. When you're least confident in, 1 point. You call the match correctly, you get that number of points. At the end of the show, whoever has most points wins. Predictions. I have somewhere back there.
Just the disrespect you show, Big Gold.
It's in the frame a little bit. It's right
Look
there.
at how proudly I show off Big
It's right
Red.
It's
Dirty
right
Rich. Dirty Rich with the impact. Where's your Intercontinental title? Dirty Rich.
It's underneath Big Gold. It's back there too.
It's not even. It's. I see a sliver of it in your frame here.
Yeah, it's in the frame. I don't know what you complain about. Anyways, let's get right into it. So the buy-in match, there's one announced so far. An NWA Women's Title bout. Serena Deeb, the champion, taking on Allison K. Steve, who do you got?
Look, this is what I would assume is maybe a showcase match, an audition type of match for Allison K. So I think that she's going to put on a really great performance, but I don't see this. She was the NWA Women's Champion. She's potentially trying to get a gig with AEW in like the long term. Serena Deeb, I got like 8 confidence points on this.
Yeah,
Clearly.
I got the same thing.
Yeah.
Deeb with 8. Allison K just left NWA. She was
She just
there.
left.
She's a free agent now.
She just left.
She's a free agent.
She don't want no part of that anymore.
If she were to win the belt, at least in theory,
She's probably like
NWA again. She's just a free agent. Everything you said is right. This is more or less her tryout for AEW. She's going to put on a hell of a performance. Serena Deeb's going to get the win. 8 confidence points. Next, Orange Cassidy versus Dark Order's John Silver. This just got bumped up from buy-in to main card. AEW really likes themselves Orange Cassidy. He's on TV all the time. He wins a lot.
Yeah.
John Silver is wildly entertaining. I think he's great. I think he and Alex Reynolds as a tag team are phenomenal. That being said, this is a showcase for Mr. Orange Cassidy. He's getting that W. I got 6 confidence points on Orange Cassidy winning.
There is a match that you are more confident in than this. Yeah, I got 7. Well, I got 7 confidence points. That's where I'm heading with that. Yeah, it's totally Orange Cassidy. I'm kind of curious where your 7 is going to be, though.
All right. Well, you might find out soon. Yes, you will.
All right. Okay.
You will, because the next match is Chris Jericho versus MJF. Steve, who do you have?
I've got MJF. I don't think there's any way that number one, Chris Jericho, as we've seen with Orange Cassidy, he likes to put the younger guys over. I mean, could this be a series where Jericho wins the first one, MJF comes out on top in the next one? But I don't know. I feel like in order for this to go to the next level, you got to unlock this particular stipulation where MJF joins the inner circle. Otherwise, it's just, okay, well, we're done. No need to keep on doing that. MJF wins this. I've got 6 confidence points on this.
I got MJF with 7. He said he's going to do anything he needed to do to win the match.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that could involve cheating. And that's going to, what did Jericho say on Dynamite this week? He thought MJF lacked the killer instinct. MJF said he'll do whatever it takes to win. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. 7 confidence points. MJF joins Inner Circle and then starts tearing it apart from the inside.
There's your 7 confidence points.
There's my 7. So I told you didn't have to wait very long. Next, Cody versus Darby Allin for the TNT title. Shit, I don't know who's. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win this match. I can see it either way. Cody is like the Roman Reigns of AEW. He'll decide when he loses. And it could be now. It would make all the sense for it to happen at Full Gear, given his history with Darby Allin. where they wrestled to a draw. I think the second match, Cody won that. This is the time for Darby to win. It would feel like, especially if we have a surprise and a man called Sting shows up.
A man called Sting!
To serve as Darby's mentor moving forward. So I got one confidence point on Darby picking up the win here.
Wow.
Just one.
Cody Reigns. I'm going to go with Darby Allin as well with 3 confidence points. I am more confident in this than 2 other matches. I do feel like when Cody was talking about Darby Allin potentially being the ace of the company, that's something that might be a possibility. I don't know. Yeah, Darby. I think it's Darby Allin.
Yeah, I think, but I don't feel that great about it.
This would have a bigger impact. I feel like I'd be much more confident about this pick if Cody hadn't just lost it to Brody Lee. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Darby Allin here. Yeah, Darby's already lost like a ton of times in his big matches. He needs like a big win.
Yeah.
I thought that he'd be trying to get that. I think he's much more suited for the FTW title. But, you know, Team Taz is already hapless enough. They can't be losing Taz's personal property in the process.
Can't be at all. No, they're still waiting for an answer from Will Hobbs. It's plainly obvious Will Hobbs will not give them the answer they want.
Will Hobbs is like he's never any on TV, and and they're like so horny to get him.
Next, for the AEW Tag Team Championships, your champions FTR taking on the Young Bucks. Of course, the Young Bucks said if they lose this match, they will never challenge for the tag titles again. With that in mind, Steve, who are you picking?
Okay, dude. So there's a lot to unpack here, but I'll just say this: I've got FTR with 1 confidence point, and this is why. It's too soon. It's too soon. I think that they can write their way. It's one of 2 things: either they understand that their tag division is so loaded and they can do enough story-wise without the title to keep them interesting. People will tune in for the Young Bucks regardless. Will they be disappointed if the Young Bucks don't get tag titles? Perhaps. But it's kind of in keeping with we're the EVPs. It might look bad if we're the tag champions as well. I do have some hesitation, though, and that's why I only have 1 confidence point on this. FTR did say in in one of their interviews that they really were not into the build of this because they wish it should have been much more, which leads me to believe that maybe the moment should be a lot bigger, or it's going to lead to a big moment, which would be the Young Bucks picking up the titles. That being said, I think that the Young Bucks would much rather make a bigger deal out of FTR than themselves. Because they're a big deal regardless. I think FTR keeps these.
I agree. I got FTR 3. Another thing to consider is I think Brian Alvarez says that Matt Jackson has a bum knee.
Yeah, that was the other thing I read this morning, yeah.
Which is why they started with the injury angle with his leg, because he actually has a legit knee injury, according to Brian Alvarez. I think it was an partial MCL tear and maybe a partial ACL tear. I don't know if he's going to need surgery, time off to recuperate. Seems like he's rehabbing best he can. While still working matches. So that being said, I don't know. It just everything you said is true. Plus, Matt Jackson's hurt. If he's gonna have to be off TV for a while, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to get the tag titles. They can come up with some overbooked ending. Maybe Paige gets involved. Something where the Young Bucks say, "Yeah, we lost," but and FTR is like, "All right, we want to beat you for reals. We'll give it another chance." Maybe Young Bucks will say, "All right, give us another shot. We'll put our careers on the line." You know, something like that. To get out of the previous stipulation.
You know what I'll do? I'm going to do this. I do need to go out a little bit of a limb. I see some chatter in chat, and you basically just spoke to it. What would be keeping FTR from, like, Young Bucks could get a win via DQ. The titles don't change hands, and they can write off Matt because of it.
That's all possible. That's just not how AEW typically operates.
That's my only reservation.
Especially on pay-per-view. That's just not how they operate.
They don't, but this might be a special occasion. Screw it. I'll just say Young Bucks. If they get a DQ, then they get a DQ.
All right.
I only have 1 confidence point on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, dabbing with Dan. He said Bucks win by DQ, no titles, but more chances. That sounds right. I'm going to go with dabbing with Dan here in chat.
All right. All
I'm
right,
crowdsourcing my predictions now.
If this were WWE, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds good.
I know, right? It shouldn't be. It's AEW. They're not going to do that.
AEW doesn't do things that way.
They're not doing that. But hey,
they will this time.
I'm trying to get the gold. I'm not trying to defend it, so there's less pressure on it.
There you go. You got to go on a limb to get that belt back sometimes. Yep. Next, Elite Deletion match. Matt Hardy taking on Sammy Guevara. This is Matt's match. Has he lost at the compound yet? Yeah,
no.
Jeff beat him. Jeff beat him, didn't he?
Oh, did he? Yeah, he did. Yeah,
first one. The TNA. Yeah,
Jeff
he did.
won that one? Did he? Okay.
Yeah, Final Deletion. He won that. Jeff won that.
All right.
Matt's not losing this one. I got Matt Hardy 5 confidence points. Yeah, that's what I got.
Au contraire, my friend. I've got Sammy Guevara with 4 confidence points.
Wow.
This is probably a terrible idea. But here's the thing, man. Shouldn't Matt Hardy be putting over some of these young guys? Matt Hardy won. He won the last one, right?
If you want to call it that.
You're right, yeah. But technically, he got the pin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I know Sammy got a win or like whatever on Dynamite or whatever. I feel like they need to trade these. I think that, yeah, this all looks like Matt Hardy should win this. But I feel like he's got to put the young lion over, man. I say Sammy. And we saw some shades of face Sammy Guevara this past week on Dynamite. Man.
All right, I'm not going to take credit for this idea. I read it on Twitter. I apologize to whoever posted this. But I saw this, and it got me thinking in terms of how it ties in with the Inner Circle thing, because it has influenced my decision here.
Oh, interesting.
So assuming that so Sammy is wrestling as babyface on Dynamite, yes?
Yeah.
And if MJF takes over Inner Circle and kicks out Jericho, it kind of seems like based on Chris and Sammy's relationship, Sammy would not be cool with that. He would join Chris on the outside. It would have a face turn.
That's what I've talked about. Yeah.
So the idea that I read about, this is it. So what does Matt Hardy have on his compound? It's a body of water.
Yeah. The reincarnation thing.
Lake of Reincarnation. What if Sammy goes in that and is reborn as a new Sammy Guevara?
Yeah, that's a possibility. Sure.
So again, not my idea. I read about it. Sorry, I can't source it. It's one of those things you're scrolling down, you read it, and it sticks in your head, but whoever wrote it didn't stick in your head. So it's I thought it was good, so it's kind of influenced my decision. I think it's a possibility. That's why I'm going with Matt Hardy.
So that's why you're going with Matt Hardy. Oh, so Sammy loses. He goes in Lake of Reincarnation and sort of erases the loss, like philosophically or spiritually or something. That's cool. I got 4. I got to go on a limb. Sammy Guevara, 4 confidence points. That might be the tipping point state right there, man. That might be our Pennsylvania.
That could be. Could be.
I guess.
All right, next.
Arizona, whatever.
Nevada. So next, the tournament final for the Eliminator tournament. Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page. Steve, who do you got?
Dude, I'm going to go with he is who I think he is. I think it's going to be Kenny Omega. I really loved your idea from the recap last night, but he's destined to win this. It makes too much sense. He's going to take the title off Mox, and then Hangman Page, and then Kenny Omega is going to sit there with the title, defending it over the months as he sees Hangman Page build himself back up. I think that's going to be the deal.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going with Omega too.
I know you want to go with your idea. It's a good one too.
It's a good idea, but I don't think it's going to happen. You have 5 on Kenny?
6 on Kenny.
6? Wow. I have 4 on Kenny winning.
Who do I have 5 on? Wait, do I have 5? No, I'm sorry. I have got, 5 on Kenny. Sorry. I had 6 on MJF.
Yes, I got 4 on Kenny. I still think it's a possibility that Page could win this. Given especially Kenny's promo on Dynamite this week. Usually when someone speaks with that level of confidence and speaks about something being destined, I kind of feel like more often than not, they end up taking the L. The story as it's being put before us kind of writes itself. Page has to go rediscover himself and to eventually vanquish Kenny somewhere down the line for that title. That seems to be the story. I'll go Kenny for confidence points.
Yeah. Next up, we've got women's championship action. Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose, the challenger. I have no idea about this match. I only have 2 confidence points on the champion retaining her title, because I do think that they have, although they could transition Britt Baker to a sort of a tweener. I wouldn't mind seeing Britt Baker take on Nyla Rose. I think like if you want like all the personality in that story, if they are going to sort of get Britt Baker to that point, then that's how you go. But yeah, I don't know. I got 2 confidence points on Shida.
I got 2 on Nyla Rose. I really have no idea. That's the problem with there not really being a solid story in play.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just
my only thing, and it could be this. It could be, hey, Shida, we're gonna take the title off you so we can rebuild you with like stories. Or it could be, we're not gonna do you dirty because we haven't given you any stories. So we're gonna, at the very least, we will give you an epically long run. At maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
As far as the Brit factoring into things, they seem to be taking their time building her. I don't really feel like they're any rush to put her in the title scene quite yet. It'll happen. But I feel like that they probably realize that they can slow burn her story, and it'll probably be for her benefit. Finally, main event. I don't know if there's a whole lot of discussion. I think this should be really good. It should be awesome. Hopefully, it gets pretty hardcore. The story as it is emotional, so and personal. So hopefully, the match matches that. John Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. We both got Mox 9 confidence points, right?
Oh, if I could give him more, I'd give him more. But there's only 9 matches, so there's only 9 confidence points. Yeah, for sure.
How extreme is this going to get, Steve?
Oh, I think it'll be great. I think it'll be really good. I think these guys are chomping at the bit to get very creative. I think this might end up being, I don't know, maybe aside from the Darby Allin match, Mox's best match in, I mean, there was a lights out match too, but that was boy. Oh, okay. So there's the question. Is this going to be more or less violent than the lights out match?
I think it'll be less, but not a whole lot of action is going to happen in the ring.
I think it might. So I think it might be less in terms of quantity, but maybe the bits that they do might be more intense.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
It's hard to get more intense than that contraption they made for the lights out match. Where
that's what I think. I don't think there's going to be anything like that.
Because that was goofy.
Yeah, like premeditated. That was built specifically for that. I think what's going to happen is, they'll have weapons and stuff under the ring and whatnot, but they're not going to have whole contraptions built for the sole purpose of using for the match. Like Mox might pull out a baseball bat with barbed wire on it from the ring. Fine. Is there going to be blood? Probably. There should be. It should get pretty violent, but I don't think they're going to have full-on constructs of weapons and such outside the norm of what's usually in the wrestling ring area.
Yeah.
That's my feeling.
Yeah. This is going to be a very emotional match. It's going to be really good stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
That's it. That's the card.
That's it. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Let us know what your confidence points are and your picks. And join us on Saturday for Full Gear. It should be a lot of fun. I might get some popcorn. I finally got the kernel that was stuck up here since like a week ago out. So now it's time to reload.
That sounds miserable. That's why I don't eat popcorn, man. I get
it's so good in the moment.
Stuck in my teeth. I can't do it.
I know. It's like happened a lot more lately. Like every time I eat popcorn now, I get something stuck in there, and then I have to wait till it's gone. I have to chew on like the wrong side. Anyways, it's a mess. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.